You might think you're walking in faith, but if you're honest with yourself, there are hidden signs that prove you're not fully trusting God. The first sign is that you constantly worry about the future. Faith means trusting that God has a plan for your life, even when you can't see the next step. But if you're always anxious about what's to come, you're secretly relying on yourself, not on God. Matthew 6:34 says, "Therefore do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself." If you can't let go of the fear about tomorrow, you're not walking in faith. Another sign is that you struggle to obey God's word. When God calls you to something, even if it's uncomfortable, your response should be obedience. If you find yourself resisting His commands or justifying disobedience, you're living in spiritual disconnection. James 1:22 says, "Do not merely listen to the word and so deceive yourselves." Do what it says. You can't claim to walk in faith if you aren't following through with what God has commanded. A third sign that you're not walking in faith is that you rely on your own understanding, rather than trusting God's wisdom. Proverbs 3:5-6 reminds us, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your path straight." If you're constantly seeking answers on your own and not surrendering your decisions to God, you're not walking in full faith. The fourth sign is that you don't take risks for God. Faith requires stepping into the unknown, and if you're only doing things that feel safe and comfortable, you're living in spiritual stagnation. God often calls us to take risks, to do things that don't make sense in the natural world, but that's where true faith is proven. Hebrews 11:1 defines faith as the confidence in what we hope for and the assurance about what we do not see. If you're not stepping out in faith, you're not walking in it. Lastly, you're not truly walking in faith if you lack joy and peace in your life. Faith in God should bring an inner peace that surpasses all understanding, as Philippians 4:7 promises. If you're constantly stressed, irritated, or dissatisfied, it's a sign you're not fully trusting God with your heart. Walking in faith brings a deep, unshakable peace, because you know that no matter what happens, God is in control. So, ask yourself, are you really walking in faith, or are you secretly relying on your own strength? Do you trust God's plan for your life, or are you holding on to fear and control? Real faith requires obedience, trust, and a willingness to step into the unknown. And if you're not experiencing that, it's time to surrender completely to God's will.